Oh, the weather outside is frightful.
But inside is so delightful.
It's Christmas in July.
Let's review.
Let's review.
Oh, let's review. Me. Wow. Oh, God.
You.
And me.
Season
3. Bum. Oh, jeez. Just kill me. Just kill me right now, Dragon. Just free target. Free target. I have peeved Dragon off so much in the last 24 hours. How you doing, everyone? Welcome back to Christmas in July. Oh God. Oh God. That was bad. All right. Dragon, we'll get it next time, buddy. We'll get it next time. Okay. Monkey. First time you've been on the channel since I've spoken to you face-to-face in Anaheim.
Yeah, how
ironically
the hell
enough,
did that happen? How the hell have I been gone so long?
I don't know. You've just not wanted to do podcasts because you've been busy, I assume.
I don't know. Whatever happened. But then I saw that you guys were doing this. That you're doing this particular podcast.
This particular podcast, yes. This particular one. And you know what else is very particular?
What?
The Movie Machine Podcast! Well, folks, I might have flubbed up the intro, but I can't flub this up. It's what happens when you take 4 funny people and improv a movie based on a random story generator really, really fast. Find out when you go to the Movie Machine Podcast at hotchocolatemedia.net, hosted by Jacob Gulliver, Ben Lifson, Kyle Decker, and a host of others, including the man with the most awesome name in the universe, Mr. Max Savage.
Yeah.
All right, I didn't screw that up. Let's just move on. So we're talking about Billy and Mandy Saves Christmas. We're going to go round table. We're going to kind of give our overall memories about Billy and Mandy. Monkey, you obviously have some history with this. I'm going to give you the floor.
Okay, so I don't remember if I've ever mentioned this to you guys, but, you know, this has always been in the back of my mind that if you guys ever did this particular Christmas special for Christmas in July, I had to be there because this is one of my all-time favorites. I love this one so much.
All right.
So I guess in terms of Billy and Mandy memories, like, I still remember the Grim and Evil days, so I remember liking it always, and then there was some point, like, I want to say 10 years ago or so, where I think I really got into it, or at least particular episodes, like, say, this one, Keeper of the Reaper, which also, like...
Fred Burger.
I'd say this... Yeah. I mean, Tiki is on my Keeper of the Reaper thing on Facebook, what I said about that. Yeah. But, yeah, I'd say that and this one are especially standouts. So this is, like I said, this is probably one of my favorites of Billy and Mandy's I've seen, and, again, that's one of my favorite December time TV specials. I love this so much.
Well, it's good to have some holiday cheer, Monkey. Good to have holiday cheer.
Yeah.
Is Gilbert Godfried part of the reason why you love this? Just curious.
That is one of the things I definitely enjoy about this. Like, okay, disclaimer, I've always enjoyed Godfried's voice. I just enjoy it. And so he is like in this special, the last person you would ever expect to play Santa Claus is playing Santa Claus. And this is like the perfect spot, the perfect thing for that to happen in. Like, if Gilbert Godfried was ever going to voice Santa, this is where he would.
Right.
It's just so wonderful, like, at the end, hearing him go, Mandy! Mandy!
Oh, God.
That is part of the charm of this thing. That's part of the overall package, overall
absolutely.
gift, you could say.
Okay. Yeah, I remember when I first saw the Billy and Mandy pilot, when they were doing the whole pilot thing over the cartoon summer, and people would vote on which pilot they wanted to see turned into an actual series. And I really enjoyed the pilot. And I remember being kind of disappointed when the series premiered and it was paired with Evil Con Carne, because I liked Evil Con Carne, like, okay, I guess. It was just never my thing. And it was kind of just like, I thought, like, well, I really like this one thing, but I don't really care for this other thing. And so I remember that's kind of one of the reasons why I didn't really follow Billy and Mandy in spite of liking the initial concept and liking the pilot. One thing I do have to say, though, and this is definitely going to be like, look, I definitely think this is an awesome Christmas special. Like, this, Monkey, you're absolutely right. It's got some crazy ingenuity to it. It's got some off-the-hook references. Just, it's really firing on all cylinders. One pet peeve I've always had with this show, one pet peeve that brings it down for me. Richard Horowitz. I love ya. I love ya. He's a great voice actor. I don't like the Billy character. The Billy character gets on my nerves. I honestly, he's one of those characters where I find anything to be redeeming about him. I hate to say it. Like, honestly, if this show was Grim and Mandy, I'd eat it the fuck up. Because I love Grim and Mandy's dynamic. I think those two characters bounce so well off of each other. Billy, and like I said, you know, it's like Grim and Mandy, they're kind of off having their own thing, and Billy's just kind of fucking around in the background most of this special. That just kind of, I don't know. We'll get into that. That might be a point of contention with some of you. I don't know. It's just...
Fair enough.
Billy has always kind of been like he's kind of been like a challenging point of entry for me when it comes to the series, at least watching it as an adult. Like, as an adult, I fucking love the characters of Grim and Mandy. I think they're great characters, you know. As an adult, though, I just find the humor, that the writing for Billy... I have no problem with Richard Horowitz, and I think he has some moments of really, really great voice acting in this special. You know, really comedic. He's got some really good comedic timing. He delivers a fantastic performance as Billy. I just don't like the way Billy's written. So, on that note, Dragon, what are your Billy and Mandy memories?
I've had fond memories of Billy and Mandy. Like any show, as it goes on, you know, there are some cracks that appear over time, and Billy is one of them. Billy kind of what Patrick turned into in SpongeBob. You know, sometimes it's,
I can see
except
that.
Patrick just devolved completely. Where, with the exception of even Sponge Out of Water, the movie I finally have seen, by the way, in that movie, you know, he's still a mixed bag in that one. Like, but basically, circa everything up to the SpongeBob movie, Patrick's fine. We love the guy. But after the movie onwards, like, then he just becomes a perky one.
Let's write him like an asshole for some reason.
I mean, seriously, I kid you not. I mean,
Patrick's a prick.
What?
To quote Mr. Enter, Patrick's a prick.
Yes. And I mean, the mysterious Mr. Enter. Let's give him full credit. Come on.
Yeah. Mr. Enter.
But yeah, with that, I mean, literally, I don't want to be more. I mean, literally, Patrick, he's so bad, he just want to dissolve him in acid. You know, he's such a bad. Seriously, I mean, you hate him so much at times on that show. He really is. I mean, you got to agree with mysterious Mr. Enter on that.
Oh yeah.
But point is, yeah, Billy at times, I think the character on the whole, which I guess we'll get into, is I think the idea of the optimistic idiot, that works great, but I think this special is fine, but there are times, Tiki, where you're absolutely right, where writing-wise, he becomes too unlikable or too stupid. You need a good balance of both.
And I have a feeling that it might be the same moments that I have a problem with that you have a problem with, probably. It's just, it's less stupidity, and it's more just kind of like him being really, really irritating for me. But yeah, we'll see.
Anyway, so like early in the show, like I've always kind of liked. I didn't quite. The Underfist kind of rubbed me the wrong way. Kind of the last thing, their last ditch effort to kind of getting a revamped series. That never quite rubbed me the right way. But overall, I mean, I loved Evil Con Carne. I liked Billy Man. I think the early stuff was probably the best. But even it was like midway through, like and Nurgle and that stuff. It was a creative thing. It was just some interesting ideas, and I was actually listening to some stuff about the creator of Billy Mandy, Maxwell Adams, and the guy's really really interesting guy. He's really creative. He had like a Kickstarter for a new project called Dead Meat. I don't know if it's gonna be done with puppets or not, but it's basically kind of like a morbid. Kind of like a morbid, in the same vein of Billy and Mandy, but it's kind of like a really kind of apocalyptic kind of journey. It's kind of funny. Point is, I always liked the creativity show. Grimm was one of my favorite elements of the show. I mean, looking back at it, there are a lot of great elements, like like Dracula, voiced by Phil Lamar, and Dracula don't suck. He scraped and licked. You know, the point is that the show had a lot of laughs. There's a lot of really clever times, and I think we're going to find here there was some great kind of fun subversive comedy. Like this whole thing kind of subverts the expectation of kind of what it kind of mocks the Christmas tropes in a way. It's like it's
You've
a
got Gilbert Godfried as Vampire Santa.
Again, like you have interesting mixes in this show, and this Christmas special is definitely a great showcase of kind of what the show does best, and kind of it takes things that we have. It's like the last thing I'll say before we jump into it, if I may, just to kind of set the stage here. So, you know, you have a show like Invader Zim. Invader Zim, in my opinion, is it showcases humanity in too depressing a light. You know, it's like I couldn't imagine living. I root for the aliens to take over the world because I hate humanity in that show. But here, though, I mean, you have like some out there. You have some good comedy and this stuff. It's fun to observe, fun to be around, and this show kind of has a lot of, again, it's irreverent humor, kind of showcasing like some cynicism, but in a funny, clever way.
Mm-hmm. All right. Okay, so I guess let's just jump right into it then. So
last chance for some hamburger on a stick.
I'll take some.
Okay, there you go. And
okay. So we start with Grimm reciting his own version of "'Twas the Night Before Christmas."
Which is something we really liked in Jacked Up Halloween, when Grimm kind of tells these old kind of mythic tales, where he's kind of recapping what Santa Claus is in this universe. It's pretty cool.
I got to admit, though, the special doesn't really start off on the right foot with the reindeer farts gag.
Yeah, well, again, it's kind of some irreverent stuff they kind of put throughout there. I don't know. It's like something that's kind of typical of the show. I'll give it. Not every fart joke's a winner. So Grimm's sharing the tale of Santa with kind of the Maxwell Adams slant to it. You know, we see a tricked out sled, we see farting deer, we see a big hairy Santa Claus in a thong, we see him checking the list. And then this bit I really did love. Now again, this is like really again with Billy Mansley has these kind of out there ideas that are kind of, again, it's cynical, but it's in a really hilarious light though. It's where we see Santa Claus.
Hold on.
What?
Yeah, go ahead.
Anyway, we see this great shot of basically Grimm talking about the naughty and the nice kids as he's checking the list, and we see the brass knuckles of ho 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 on them. Just seeing kind of again with Greg Earl's voice of that great voice he has for Grimm mixed with kind of this great imagery. Again, it's like kind of the tale of Santa in a way you've never seen before. Like, you know, he'll decide who's naughty or nice, and we see Santa Claus like ho 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 brass knuckles. That's pretty cool.
Ho 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 oh oh.
Yeah.
Whatever. However the hell.
You know, bad.
It's great.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Okay, let's see. So then we see kind of Santa looking whimsically at his own Santa suit with and it's just the right time for some holiday reaping.
All right, and speaking of holiday reaping, Mr. Jacob Weil.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, so yeah, I don't want to leave you out, man. If you want to come on, by all means.
Hi. Sorry.
Gabe, I think you're watching the video.
Yeah,
mute the video.
Yeah.
I can hear myself, and it's kind of creepy.
Sorry.
It's very appropriate to Billy and Mandy because it's like we're listening to like alternate dimensions of ourselves or something like that.
Sorry, man.
No problem. All right, Jacob. So you just
Mother Earth. So what's going on here?
I'm sorry. I just wanted to. I wasn't expecting to actually join it midway through.
Well, no, go ahead because we just started the recap. So
Yeah.
All right, so we got we kind of.
So then Mrs. Claus is saying this has been the best Christmas ever.
Yes.
yeah, Jacob, we're just kind of going through the episode, so you can just comment on at any point if you want.
All right. Sorry.
No problem. Okay, so so we have some really good Grimm's like it's a perfect time for some holiday reaping. We have some really good intro credits. Seriously, this is some of the best intro credits I've ever seen for a Christmas special. I'm being honest.
Yeah, you never think of mixing vampires with Santa Claus, and somehow it works. You know, I don't know what is it. So again, if you're gonna do a
This is the place to do it.
if you're gonna do a gothic version of Santa Claus, I mean that's the way you do it.
And then as soon as I saw Gilbert Godfried as Santa. What?
Yeah. Vampire Santa and Gilbert Godfried Santa. This is the place.
As soon as I saw the credits, I was like, oh, Oh, okay.
Just the bloody, the bloody snowflake. And then we have the tradition of Billy and Mandy, where at the end of the opening, you have Mandy coming, voiced by the wonderful, the talented, the woman I'm head over heels for, Gretel Isles. Oh my God, perfect woman, guys. She walks out, and then Billy says, bah humbug, and then we're on with the episode. So we're at the shop.
Don't forget the Monty Python gag.
Yeah, stepped on by the giant Monty Python foot.
And while we're at it, let's just chalk it up right here. Mandy has to be the Scrooge of this episode.
Oh yeah. Well, wait. Technically, isn't Mrs. Claus kind of the Scrooge? She learns the lesson. Mandy just learns that Santa Claus exists. She doesn't really get into the spirit.
Maybe they share it?
No, I think Mandy gets into the spirit. I don't know. What do you think, Jacob? Mandy or Mrs. Claus for the Scrooge role?
I haven't seen this episode in forever, so.
Well, if you don't recall it.
But I like the episode's not really fresh. That's why I wasn't really expecting to join.
Well, if you don't mind, can you? I'm sorry. I thought you were.
No, I mean that's why I wanted to know what the schedule was.
Oh God, I'm sorry. Can you just?
I'll leave.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
It's fine. Sorry, guys. I'll leave you to your thing.
Oh God.
A brief cameo by Jacob Wilde.
A brief cameo. Stay tuned for Wandering Over Yonder tomorrow.
Yeah, sorry about that.
No problem. I should have been. Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry. Bye.
Bye.
No, not you, monkey. Come back. Come on. There we go.
Guys, I'm so sorry.
I think some of the hamburger on a stick might not be settling right.
He sent me a message on Facebook, and he was like, "Oh, I really wish I could be on the podcast," and I felt so bad, and I was like, "Well, you could be on the podcast if you want."
All right, so aside from learning to vet our guests before we begin, let's continue.
Okay. Oh, Jesus.
All right, so let's see. So we're at the Ennsville Shopping Plaza. So there's a giant line to see Santa Claus and Grim.
The mall that has it all.
Yes. Let's see. We see Grim's all jazzed about.
With the hamburger on a stick.
Yes.
That is.
Should this be our next tubaphone?
The humor of this.
Should this be the next tubaphone gag?
It might be.
Hamburger on a stick. I can't do Grim. Hamburger on a stick, Mandy.
Hamburger on a stick? More for me, then! You wasn't really did something right when you invented all food. I just love that so much. Hamburger on a stick. That's such a wonderful example of the show's type of humor.
Disney, get on this. I want to eat a hamburger on a stick.
I love hamburger on a stick.
You know what I'm gonna do, Monkey? I'm gonna get a skewer from the Bengal barbecue, and then I'm gonna go to the goddamn Hungry Bear. I'm gonna eat my skewer, and then I'm gonna put the Hungry Bear hamburger on a stick. There you go.
Would Village House be closer than Hungry Bear, though?
Well, I don't care because I want to eat at the Hungry Bear.
Fair enough.
Okay, so Hungry Bears aside, Monkey, take us through the rest of this. What's going on? So they're all waiting in line. Grim's enjoying his hamburger on a stick, despite the fact he's a skeleton and has no way of fully consuming that hamburger on a stick. What happens?
Who cares?
Right.
Whatever. It's mall food. Maybe mall food is an exception.
All right, but Billy's feeling some wacko Warner pains right now. I have to go potty.
Yeah, so Billy thinks the line's for the bathroom because he's a dope.
This might be accurate at Disneyland, but not at the mall.
And finally, he kind of.
Bradley Baker sets him straight.
He's now suddenly grasping the mall concept. This is a mall.
Oh God.
Mandy's skeptical. She's thinking it's Santa and Christmas. It's a scam to sell more merchandise.
I've got to admit, though.
Grim and Santa went to college together.
Hold on. You're skipping over one of the best. Like, I think this line just kind of defines the Mandy character.
Just saying, it's right before the Mandy line. Sure, go on.
Your whole childhood wonder stage just blew right past it, didn't you? No.
So this is the setup with Monkey saying, which is brilliant. One of my favorite things, especially to Monkey setup. So Grim throughout this whole special, Grim is really happy-go-lucky, and he's trying to he embraces the Christmas spirit, which in itself is hilarious. The Grim Reaper is a big Christmas fan, which in itself is pretty funny. But the idea of why the Grim Reaper is such a Christmas advocate, he without a doubt knows that certainly there's a Christmas, certainly there's a Santa Claus behind Christmas. Why does he know that, Monkey?
We went to college together.
Which I think is hysterical that the Grim Reaper went to college with Santa. And
that's because great. I don't know. For me, that just strangely makes perfect sense.
I just love the idea. Again, it explains later on, especially why he's so chummy with Mrs. Claus. Like, he's an old friend of the Clauses. It's hilarious. And I love the history behind the Clauses and between Santa and the Mrs. Claus in the special, which we'll get to towards the end. Let's see. So, General Scar, while we don't have Gilbert Godfried in the role quite yet, we do have our Mall Santa. And our Mall Santa is General Scar from Evil Con Carne, who was also later in Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy, a neighbor to Billy.
And I must say, this is kind of where Billy's kind of just at his most obnoxious, because he's pushing through people in the line. He's yelling like, Santa, Santa, and I'm just like, shut up. Just shut up.
And again, this I'm not going to say because you're used to it at this point. That's why this one is, compared to the other stuff he does, is really tame compared to the other annoying stuff he does. It's like he's an idiot.
Yeah,
he has discovered, oh wait, we're in a mall, and oh my God, there's Santa. And like an idiot, he's running towards Santa. It's like he's the hyperactive.
And it's also kind of like a Patrick thing where it's like he's just pushing over people. He's being completely oblivious to everyone around him, and he's kind of acting like a jerk at the same time.
Well, again, I think because of the world we're in, we can kind of get, because not everyone's kind of your average Joe, like, oh, that's a nice guy there. Not everyone's exactly like that in this world. I think we can kind of, I give it a pass on this. Because again, believe me, he's done much worse things, Tiki.
Okay, fair enough.
Anyway, so the point is, Bill, like, he's oh my God, he runs to the front line, sitting on Scar's lap, and he's basically listing off a whole slew of things he wants, and now we have, again, timing.
This is an example of Richard Horowitz just being an awesome voice actor right here.
And his timing is flawless. Tiki, you're absolutely right. His timing is flawless. Same thing with Scar. You gotta give Scar some points here too. I mean, he's really good.
Absolutely.
So let's see. Billy cuts a line. He lists off a whole list of stuff. Again, top speed. Again,
Scar's beard, right?
What?
He popped out of Scar's beard, right?
I don't think so. I think he just lands on his lap. I don't remember him popping out of the beard. I could be wrong though.
I think he popped out of the beard.
Yeah, that's fair. Anyway, so
two of the things that he asks.
Just from memory.
Two of the things that he asks for are an Eskimo and oh god.
I only remember a peg leg and a monkey.
A monkey.
Of course, you remember that. Anyway, so then the timing is just perfect here. After like
also a fourth nipple. That's a pretty distinct thing to ask for because
the fact that it's a fourth one. That's right. He already has the third one.
Oh god.
Anyway, so the timing here is just great. And then when Scar says, "Have you been relieving yourself? I mean, this whole time." And then
isn't forgiving.
It's the time.
I don't have to go anymore.
Oh God. Oh jeez, and then so then I love the cut. I love the timing on this dude. We don't see it, but we just hear it by the crowd saying, "Oh my God, Santa's gonna kill that kid!" It's pretty funny. And then we just see this General Scar being held by other people, just like, "No, he's a very naughty boy." Just
one season's beating.
And he gets that season's beating, but not in the way he was hoping for. So.
Never thought of that. Careful what you wish for, eh?
Yep. Okay, let's see. So then Scar's beard falls off as he's just trying to kill this child. And
this might be an example of like pretty much everyone in this world being an asshole.
Yeah, and this is
don't lie to us. Let's get them.
Again, there is some...
And again, this is a great example, just sort of the humor of the show. A whole town's group of grown adults getting so pissed off at a mall but they burn it down.
Yes, like none of the kids are upset. It's all the adults are saying, "This mall lied to
see
us."
the kids' reactions, come to think of it.
Yeah, it's just all the adults are saying, "This mall lied to us. He's not the
I'm
real."
so seriously pissed off about it.
Again, just the fact that
I
they
guess
lied.
it's like what
That's
you always say,
like,
Dragon, about mundanity, but yeah.
yeah, just it's just it's a fine absurdity. It's Adam's absurdity at its finest. Just like
Exactly.
all these adults are pissed out of their minds. It's like we've been lied to. Let's just down with the establishment. And then
That's not the real Santa. And apparently, every time Grim takes Billy and Mandy to the mall, it burns down to a crisp.
which is
Or
fun.
burns to the ground.
Right.
And what's the rationale, Monkey?
I blame the economy.
So you got great one-liners all throughout this thing like that. Okay, let's see. So after the
Right, now I have the idea of Billy and Mandy's version of The Big Short. That would probably be so much better than the actual Big Short.
I've still not seen it.
Fair enough. Probably not missing out a lot.
I have a friend who really likes it, so.
Okay.
But he's one of the few people I've talked to who really likes it, so. Anyway,
let's see. So
Not
Mandy
judging.
Okay, let's see. So Mandy wants proof of Santa. Let's see. So Mandy wants proof of
Everything
Santa.
in the universe.
Yes. Yeah. So Grim Terror's holding literally. So I love this. What do you guys think of this? Like we have like Mother Earth represented here, personified, and there's literally a fabric of the universe, and what was it? Father Time's the other guy. Am I right?
Possibly.
I forget who the other guy was,
Like-
but. So Grim is holding the fabric with his scythe, which he does all the time, which is cool. There's a hole in the fabric, and you get like a cool little interdimensional green and black portal, which is always cool and swirly. And they all jump in, and they are transported to the North Pole, but not exactly at Santa's neck of the North Pole. We see a brief Star Wars
Luke
reference,
Skywalker.
a brief Empire reference.
Oh god. Oh god.
What? Empire. I thought you said vampire.
No, Empire.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not at the vampires yet.
No. Soon, though. Soon. So we're at the North Pole. We see the sleigh, and then Mandy's coming with a lame ration. We've kind of slacked off. This is quickly just kind of go over. So again,
We're still probably getting his face shredded off.
Yes. So going over our Christmas tropes real quick. So Mandy here, she's kind of our disbeliever, trying to come up with these lame rationales. Again, they're poking fun at, like, really, Mandy, where she says it could belong to a rogue Eskimo. Well, it could. It's again like the lamest excuse of really a rogue Eskimo. That's who the sled belongs to. So
It could happen.
I'm kind of with Monkey. It could happen technically.
a rogue,
Just one hipster Eskimo up in the Arctic.
a giant red, seemingly fully operational sled with a Christmas-themed big. Oh,
Are you saying that Eskimos don't have modern technology, Dragon? Is that what you're
I'm saying Eskimos don't have delusions of grandeur. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, fair enough. Oh,
Okay,
geez.
let's see.
Maybe the Wampa helped him make it.
I don't think the Wampa has mechanical expertise. Okay, let's see. So
Was there Wampa in the Muppet Star Wars thing? Do you remember?
I don't
Okay.
remember.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I don't think we cast anyone. That's why.
Who doesn't explain the engine running? Gas guzzler.
Okay, let's see. So, why leave the keys? So the keys are in the ignition, which kind of thing. I like that we had kind of some Godfathery and kind of like, okay, well, there's like something a little off here, so we know something's up. Like a little hint of something really bad is going to happen, like something's really off.
Mm-hmm.
So a little clues here. So we have like keys are in the ignition of a big sleigh, potentially a very iconic sleigh.
I got it.
see.
The Wampa killed the rogue Eskimo. That's
Yes.
why.
That's again, not an Eskimo. It was the parody of a former X-wing pilot.
I know. I know. I'm saying it got the Eskimo before it got Luke.
Oh. Well, I don't know. Probably got full
I'm
up at
just
the
being
end.
silly.
If he ate one, okay. Anyway, so moving on. Let's see what we got here. Okay, so now they're heading towards Santa's village. There, I see. The place seems deserted. Grim Reaper's at the door, being pointed out to. Well, maybe the Grim Reaper at the door is the reason why everyone's hiding. Good point. Grim has a skeleton key, and we start with the funniest, one of the funny running gags.
Yeah, this was a good runner.
The corny snowball runner.
Right.
You make a corny joke or kind of a corny pun, and small snowball to the face. So,
running joke.
the smells of some kind of running gag. So let's see. So then we meet. Now here's a familiar voice, Tiki. Tell me.
Oh God, yeah.
Right?
Oh yeah.
So the wonderful,
the incomparable Mrs. Cobblepoot herself,
Carol Kane, as Miss.
Awesome.
As
Well,
Mrs.
that hits me
Claus.
now. What if Billy Crystal voiced Santa in this? What would that be like?
Well, I mean, I'm sure it'd be entertaining, but I don't.
I don't think.
I mean,
it'd be
I
as good
prefer
as
Godfried, but just keeping in with some mythology gags, whatever.
Fair enough.
Wallace Shawn is one of the elves. Santa's been turned into a vampire? Inconceivable!
That would be hilarious.
Has Wallace Shawn ever
Wallace
played
Shawn
an
is
elf?
the Baron von Goulish.
I feel like Wallace Shawn has played an elf in a Christmas special. Like I feel like that's happened before.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Anyway, so we meet Mrs. C, and again, Grim and Mrs. C. They're like it's like old
Hey,
college.
Mrs. C.
Old Mrs. C.
Nancy, please come on.
It's
Yes.
all right, everyone. It's only death.
Okay, clever. I love making levity of death. That's hilarious. So again, because we've seen the show, we know Grim's he's a really charming guy. He's a really nice guy.
Oh,
If I may,
hold on. We passed over a trope of people getting their tongue stuck on frozen things, with Billy getting his tongue stuck on the sled.
Yes, thank God it wasn't Queen Elsa.
Oh God, or Sven.
No, I mean thank God it wasn't.
If I may, that bit where Mrs. Claus is like, you can all come out now, the elves pop out. Anyone else think Wizard of Oz with that?
I don't. Maybe. It would just not beyond belief.
It's possible.
I mean, they've referenced Wizard of Oz before on the show, but I don't know.
Right.
Like when she sang, when she sang the song. Yeah. Anyway, let's see. So
So
okay,
Mandy,
everyone, it's only death. There, it's go on, Tiki.
Yeah, Mandy's realizing, oh my God, it's Mrs. Claus. There's actually a Santa, and then Billy.
I don't know. Maybe this woman is just a rogue Eskimo.
All right, enough with the rogue Eskimo. Okay.
And then Billy does the Billy was right dance.
Yeah, Billy was right. Yeah, you don't need that, but he's silly. I mean, it's not as bad as many times. It's sort of I was right dance, and he was right. So Grim tries to calm Nancy down and get some answers. Meanwhile, let's see. So Billy loses his nose in the defective.
I love that
room.
gag.
You love the healing factor, the fact that he loses his nose.
Just the whole visual gag in general. It's so just cartoony and off the wall.
Yeah.
I wish I didn't see that.
That's the best part.
And remember some of our fun defective toys. We got Jolly in a box. We got the cannibal puppet, and we got the doll with his eyes follow around the room.
That was my favorite one because that's like the most stereotypical like horror movie, cliche like Annabelle style like the doll following you around a room it's being done.
I just love the eyes
now.
rolling. I just love later in this thing when the eyes are still rolling by.
Yep. Oh, by the way, a few Christmas tropes. Of course, we got we're actually going to the North Pole. We got a year without Santa Claus-like premise.
Oh yeah.
We have defective toys, kind of like Polar Express. Defective toys.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And Rudolph, if you want to be.
Although we don't see the Van Tassel slaves in this basement.
No,
we don't.
Don't go there. Don't go there. Oh, God. We don't talk about that. We don't talk about that.
Okay, let's see. So we got Billy's healing
I forgot
factor.
to make a burning eviction notice joke earlier, so whatever.
Oh, God.
Okay, so we got Billy his magically healing nose. We're just regrow it. We got the ginger. I love the gingerbread casket. I think that's hilarious.
Yes.
If you're gonna keep
Great
Santa,
gag.
keep him in the gingerbread casket. And there's our reveal of vampire Godfried Santa Claus.
And am I not mistaken? Are his first words "I Chihuahua"?
No, that's what Billy says. Billy says that.
Oh, I'm sorry. I
I
just have written down in my notes "I Chihuahua."
No, he says
No,
like I'll eat your soul or something.
I will eat your soul!
God.
Oh yeah.
And this is such a great way. This is like the perfect plot for a Billy and Mandy Christmas. Santa got bitten by a vampire.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And I love this logic though, of like they're perfectly safe because just he's chained down, and the fact that he gets because he's fat and jolly, he's easily tired, which means they're safe. This guy just tiring out Santa Claus.
And then I just have written down in my notes, we need to call Kiss or else there won't be a Christmas. We need to save Santa.
God.
Dragon, that needs to be one of our speculation pitches at some point. Just Kiss save Santa. I want to do that. I want to make a 22-minute pitch out of that.
Well, you know it's going to go longer than 22 minutes.
Yeah,
Well,
it
I
could
mean,
be 3
just
hours.
pitch a 22-minute episode.
Well, yeah,
we have the framework.
We'll make a whole
We
TV
have
miniseries out of this. It'll last.
It needs to be a 40-minute special.
18-hour thing, spanning over 6 nights.
Well, I mean, think about it, though. We have the framework because we have Mrs. Claus, Colleen, and Kiss, and then we have the finale where Santa's with the pterodactyl, so we just need to get from point A to point B. Okay. Anyways.
So let's see. So we get this hilarious, again, this kind of a irreverent humor, again, poking fun at the Christmas trope. Speaking of which, we have reference to Rudolph here, where I caught him trying to suck the blood out of that elf that wanted to be a dentist.
That's, yeah.
Trying to kill Hermie.
Wait.
What?
Santa has a sleigh?
Yes, Santa has a sleigh. We then get, we have Billy reacting to the news after kind of what she was like folding Santa's underwear.
Oh, God.
Needs more fiber in his diet.
Oh, yeah. After
Oh,
a series of spitting the coffee gags, spitting the cocoa in this case, what do we have? So Grim hates the living undead. He makes a mockery of the job, which again is a hilarious mundanity. But yeah, if you were the Grim Reaper, you would hate that. Cause it's so hard to kind of mark down the paperwork.
Right.
Mandy then cuts down.
Grim must really hate that The Walking Dead is so popular.
I would imagine so.
All of these zombie actors, they're everywhere, Mandy.
Everywhere, Mandy. Okay, let's see. So, Mandy then cuts down the main Christmas tree in Santa's own home, and as she's cutting that down, she makes it into. She's not just having psychotic break of like I hate Christmas, I hate trees. Also, no, she's actually cutting down that tree to make make stakes to kill vampires. But not just Santa Claus. The guy kind of defeats the birds. You can't just kill Santa Claus. Why save him? You have to save the guy. You can't just stick something through his heart. He's gonna be dead.
Also, I really love how the Christmas tree being turned into the stake is foreshadowed in the intro.
Oh yeah.
Oh yes.
So who are they going? So who are they going after? Not Santa Claus, but
the head vampire.
Yes, otherwise known as Baron von Goulish. At least at this point in time, Baron von Goulish. Well, he is the head vampire. We're going to get into more logistical terms later on, so we'll get to the hierarchy of vampires a little later on. Anyway, so Monkey, do you recall?
The vampire-archy.
What?
Vampire-archy.
Yes, but yeah, that's funny. So, do you recall the directions Mrs. Claus gives them to go to Baron von Goulish's castle?
Not exactly, except for Lovable Pony Meadow.
We got we go to Dead Man's Path, endless stabbing, forest of endless stabbing pain, the tree of infestation, I think it is, cave of horrible smells, the lovable Pony Meadow, which leads you to the forbidden castle of no return. So really, it's definitely a round trip.
Easy enough.
Let's see. So Billy's tasked.
I just think it's great that lovable Pony Meadow came like 6 years before Friendship is Magic blew up. anyways.
So
Billy,
those lovable bronies would put up such a fearsome fight. No offense, bronies.
seriously, don't mess with bronies. They will find you.
Oh God.
No, I'm still take it to him. Seriously, they will find you.
All right, I believe you, man.
Okay.
Anyway, let's see. So
I say the whole brony thing is good writing, like what you like, but anyway.
Well, I'm not saying you don't have to give him a glowing recommendation. Just don't mock him.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, let's keep going before the bronies find me and kill me.
Oh, God.
What?
Let's keep going before they find and kill all of us and track us down.
Hey, I'm neutral.
Go after me.
Go after the one in the hat. Don't go after me. Anyway, so Billy is tasked.
Oh, thanks. So this hat is like a giant target. Awesome.
No. That's not the purpose of it at all.
That's a good idea. Misdirect them to target.
Go for the memorable features. Anyway, so Billy is tasked with being the man of the house. And again, this is like where Billy works in the special. This is when you have a working Billy where he's tasked with something and he's actually, he's not being annoying, he's being helpful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess.
Emphasis some help.
He is just kind of like digging around, though.
Well, I mean, he has a very important role in the story. He has to reach Mrs. Claus eventually.
Yeah,
he's kind of bonding. He's giving Mrs. Claus help, which is very nice.
Okay.
Yeah, this is where Billy works, where he's that optimistic, yet stupid voice. So let's see. So we're in the we then go to the castle with some amazing archways. But I love the snowman archways. Just want to point that out. Really cool looking archways. Anyway, so they have a little pony reference there. See, those ponies put up quite a fight. Then we meet one of my favorite part of this. Is actually my favorite thing of the whole special. You may love Gilbert Godfried. This is my favorite part. Baron von Goulish, voiced by the incomparable Malcolm McDowell.
And he's introduced singing in the rain.
Which I never got until after I a few years ago, I just read Clockwork Orange. Okay, looking up a little thing about the movie. Okay, Singing in the Rain. Okay, I'm watching this that year. Oh, I get it now.
Yeah.
Which is even better. No.
Honestly, I don't think McDowell eclipses Gilbert Godfried just because the idea of Gilbert Godfried as Santa is so bizarre, but he is great. It's kind of like we have two just really iconic voice actors here.
Malcolm McDowell's Malcolm McDowell's.
Yeah, three. You're right, Monkey. Thank you.
Malcolm McDowell has had a great. He's had great voice work over the years, but also, of course, he's a great film actor. But again, he's been Metallo on Superman the Animated Series. The guy's gotten all over. He's done great voice work. Anyway, so here again, I love that
I love how there's that quick second where it's just the toothbrush in the mirror.
Yeah, and again, it's not a toothbrush; it's like a filing brush with toothpaste.
Right, file thing. Whatever.
Yeah, and again, it's like a dual file thing for the teeth. And I love how kind of so he's a neat freak, and he's just he's focused on clean, and he's so prim and proper. And he looks like a Gary Oldman vampire, though.
He does look like Gary Oldman.
It's like a prim and proper Gary Oldman style vampire. So let's see. So Baron's up. So again,
over the bedspread. Free, just getting in a whole fit over the bedspreads.
Oh yeah, so when the Grim and Bill,
it is dubiously silk.
It is
right.
So they try to basically Mandy just kind of breaks a window, which kind of spoils the surprise, and then Baron's there. He says, "Oh, do you realize what you're doing?" Again, they've ruined kind of the Defani silk. I think it's Defani silk.
I think it's dubioli, whatever.
It's some sort of fancy silk.
Point is fancy silk. It's
probably very expensive.
The point is, dirt always comes off of humans.
Yes, right. But you're very upset by she's leaving the trail. I'm completely on Baron's side, by the way. I mean, these guys, look at these guys.
I am too.
Find a secret entrance, guys, or at least knock at the front door, all right? You can have a ploy, have a plan or a ploy. Don't just break the guy's stuff and don't dirty up the bed. That's not nice. Anyway,
so he's just kind of frantically vacuuming up the glass, and Mandy asks if he is Baron von Goulish, and he says, yes, I am the head vampire. And then just instantly, all right, that's enough. Stabs him in the
Remember,
heart.
it's not just, yes, I'm the head vampire. Remember, it gets all opinionated. It's just, you know who I am? Edwin Von Busso. Yes, I'm the head vampire. And then
Mandy just doesn't waste a beat, just like, all right, see ya, dead.
Well, seemingly.
Uh-huh.
So then he reappears, because thankfully, it doesn't make much sense, but thankfully he appears because it was
Yeah, why does he disintegrate to begin with?
No, to get traumatized.
For the gag, it's a cartoon. Why does Billy's nose disappear and grow back? Because it's funny.
Yeah, no, it's like he was surprised.
Yeah, but this is kind of a plot important moment.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, no, it's like a surprise thing. If you get like your heart, like maybe you had like a vampire heart attack and then it came back.
Yeah. Well, cardiac arrest.
I don't know. Anyway, so thankfully he was not stabbed in the heart. Otherwise, that would have been the end of Baron. Thankfully, he was stabbed just in the right place where it hit the dustbuster, and unfortunately broke that. But again, the guy's okay, and he explains to them.
I know the vacuum seems to keep working okay. He's able to clean up the steak.
That's true. So he points out, no, look, guys, you don't even want me. You want the head vampire in the whole vamp hierarchy.
What a lovely twist.
No, yeah. So let's see. So they're about to go on their way, and then trying to think here. So yeah, they're about to leave on their way. Then Baron wants to gleefully tag on. Oh, please let me come along. I've always wanted to save Christmas.
Then we have like a little like Ratatouille style cutaway gag to him in school. Well, maybe not Ratatouille. That's a little.
Hey, I'm gonna save Christmas.
Which is hilarious. I love it. I just love the.
And then add on Grimm always wanted to save Christmas with a vampire sidekick.
Someday I'm going to save. I'm going to
same
save
two
Christmas
kids.
with a
The same
vampire.
two kids.
Yeah, same two kids.
Christmas with a vampire.
And then he gets like a snowball right in the face again, the corny snowball.
Yeah, that's like the third snowball.
Right.
Yep. And by the way,
how does the snowball thing make sense when Grimm is in class, like in Grimm's childhood, and then the guy's throwing snowballs in the present time?
Well, they must have really hated
Maybe
that
it's
sentiment.
Some sort of weird flashback Inception thing.
Okay, fair enough.
Anyway, so it was really. I just loved how pleasant and nice.
Maybe it was a rogue Eskimo.
Oh God.
So these are the moments that I live for in Billy and Mandy here, where you have like this. There's still a bit of sentiment in the midst of this absurd, cynical stuff. You just have like the Grim Reaper actually wants to have like adorably, he wants to have a vampire sidekick so he can save Christmas. How happy-go-lucky, optimistic is that?
That's awesome. It's great.
And then the two of them, when they pair up, and he says, "Please, Mandy," they almost like he's asking for a dog. They go off and they're like,
I will feed him and clean him and take him for walks.
And it's hilarious. Then
Call him George.
Yeah, Buzz, I'm gonna call him George.
Oh God. Okay.
An obscure Cyber Chase reference. Anyway, so moving forward, so then they're walking in the snow next, aren't they? Or am I jumping ahead?
They're singing in the snow.
No, they're freezing to death in the snow, monkey. So they're walking.
Well, they're doing both.
Yeah.
It is hilarious. They are just they're singing like the most ridiculous made-up songs, like we forgot our jackets, so we're going to freeze. It's
And we're lost! Yes, we're lost! And we can't feel our fingers!
Just love them singing so joyously over freezing to death.
I'd say this is a great kind of subversion of the Christmas musical number trope.
Yeah.
All right.
And like kind of the buddying up to save Christmas idea of like, you know, well, again, if you're singing along the way, out in the city, you're gonna die, even though the fact these two really shouldn't be able to die.
Right.
Technically. Anyway, so again, not dying, there's freezing, so I guess they could freeze and not die. Okay, anyway, so you're in the Nora freeze logic here. Let's move on. So let's see. The point is they're lost, which is not good. So that's going to explain where they are for the time being. Meanwhile, Billy, we have a Billy helping montage. We see him working on the gingerbread houses, not exactly being super helpful because we have this hilarious Shrek reference.
Oh God.
You know it's a Shrek reference. The gingerbread man and his girlfriend are buying a house, and then Billy eats them.
I
think this was before Shrek the Halls, if anything.
Oh yeah, before Shrek the Hall, still was giving the gingerbread man a girlfriend. That's
I guess so.
It's not Kirsten Shaw, but still, it's the next best.
No, it's not, sir. It's not.
Yeah. Let's see. My favorite. I loved it when he was changing Rudolph's nose. I thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah.
He's still sad about Santa and the fact Christmas isn't looking so hot right now. Mrs.
That, Billy, but I just did.
Again, this is what I'm talking about. It's like he's sympathetic. It's the lovable idiot right now for the moment. He's being helpful, and he's like, okay. So let's see. So Mrs. Claus reassures him and appreciates his help, and right now, again, I love that it's like to the simpleton. No one's really quite getting it here, but again, it's like pretty obvious. Okay, she's the bad guy now. She's saying in the New World Order. Again, she just said New World Order.
Right, exactly.
She promises Billy he can roll the New World Order, then Billy has to go up. He's running over the Grim, Mandy, and the Baron. They're saying, "Oh, listen, Christmas is going to be saving me part of the New World Order." Yeah. Something like that, along those lines. Then, so they're on their way down again. If you didn't know she was the bad guy already,
a costume change for some reason. I don't know.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Well, again, it was the point that she had jackets and the other guys didn't. So that was the point.
Yeah.
You know what? Maybe she sold the jacket and such to a rogue Eskimo to get Grim and Baron out of the ice.
Maybe.
Anyway, rogue Eskimo aside. Again.
So he's making a personal challenge out of this rogue Eskimo thing.
Yeah, I've already got another one, but I want to save it for the end. So we'll see what else I come up with.
Well, we haven't even gotten into Godfried quite yet. We just hinted at him before. Now we're gonna dive on into that man's voice.
Yes, we are.
Anyway, so if you
man's voice. Why does that just sound wrong?
We're just gonna dive right into Gilbert Godfried's voice. Oh yeah.
And it's gonna be a craggy ride.
And he puts his thumb inside me.
Oh God. We're gonna go play with Gilbert Godfried's erector set. Oh yeah.
What is wrong with
Let's go
you?
soaring around the world.
Oh no. I'm Gilbert Godfried.
With
Patrick Warburton.
the whales
Patrick
slashed
Warburton. You
me.
got me. All right. Let's go.
Anyway, okay, let's see. So Miss Claus, she takes so Nancy, she takes the Grim Reaper's scythe, and okay, well now she has all the power right now. She's holding the scythe. We know she's the bad guy. Mustache swirl. And going. They go downstairs. They're gonna ask Santa. We find Santa Claus has been freed, which is not good because he is a bloodthirsty monster right now.
Not good.
Just like Gilbert Godfried is just doing these growl noises, but even then, when he's not even doing lines, he's hilarious. He's just like, "Ah, ah."
Yes, so it's a trap. It's a trap.
I can just picture it cutting to, like, Santa's loose. Cut to Akbar. It's a trap. Back to the thing. Like, if they actually did that in this, I could see that.
I could actually see that, yeah.
So then we have
actual movie clip.
So then Mrs. Claus offers an explanation for why she kind of locked them all down. They're all saying, "Please help, help! We're about to be eaten by vampire Santa, help!" Essentially. And then Miss Claus says, "Well, Billy, they were naughty, and naughty people don't deserve to be in the New World Order," something along those lines. And Billy just doesn't question it at all.
They put the
Again, kind of a jerk move.
No, he just doesn't get it. He's a moron. That's the gag.
Yeah, all right.
Anyway, let's see. So we then find out. Okay, they all piece it together down there. Okay, Mrs. Claus, she is the head vampire.
What a twist!
What a twist!
Yep, and then we have they're getting the song idea of, okay, well, there's got to be some holly jolliness down there somewhere, so they're figuring, okay, let's sing, and Mandy really gets the idea. I guess she starts singing.
Yeah, the song, I'll admit, is kind of my end moment with this.
It's not supposed to be like a great song. It's just be, okay, well, she's singing.
I really like it. I actually really like it because it's like you can tell it's a great Delisle performance because you can tell that Mandy absolutely this is like the last thing she wants to be doing right now, but she has to, so she's putting like all the energy she can into it, even though she hates it. It's like, I just think like there's a lot of layers to Delilah's performance here.
Yeah, man, it's really hard for Mandy to sing, because, you know, when she sang Somewhere Over the Rainbow in that one episode, I mean, again, it's a really tough thing to get Mandy, such kind of a monotone, kind of cynical character, to kind of get to that point where she's going to sing.
Yeah, or singing in Keeper of the Reaper.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I was seeing a YouTube comment recently commenting on how, like, it must have been so hard for Grey Delisle to sing and not emote.
Yeah, it's really...
Yeah, exactly. So
those are some of the hardest performances. I mean, you can't emote. Like, you know, Michael Ansara from Batman the Animated Series as Mr. Freeze. You know, it's like, again, you have to bring back the emotion from that performance. It's always hard to kind of play a monotone character like that. Let's not glaze over that. It's always an impressive feat for Grey Delisle, a woman of a million voices, to kind of voice... You kind of voice this, all right. Hey, Billy, what are you doing?
Yeah. Okay.
Anyway, so as she's singing, and then the Baron and Grimm, they're kind of joining in, they're kind of helping out. It seems okay, it's starting to melt Santa's heart. Everything's going like aces. And then I love the bit at the end, because we know Mandy cannot smile, or else it melts people's faces. You remember that, Monkey?
Yes, I remember that well.
Because if she smiles, it's the end of the world. Actually, it's like the character Bolt from I think it's
It's not
Black.
the end of the world. They just become the Powerpuff Girls.
Yes. Well, I wish we had those Powerpuff Girls over the new Powerpuff Girls, but let's not get into that.
Oh, no, don't open that can of worms.
But let's see what was it.
By the
Back
way,
on topic.
folks, did you hear about the new
Going
Ghostbusters?
on here?
Speaking of a can of worms, did you guys know there's a new Ghostbusters coming out in a couple weeks?
What? You're not helping.
Yeah, I guess that is coming up.
I'm sorry.
Anyway, so man, okay, let's see. So
I don't keep up with the movies as much. They're only starting to really come into my life again.
Okay.
all right, so they basically, I love the little candy cane movie. They make her smile in the end, there, even though she's not smiling. So basically, Santa Claus is hearted for a moment. His heart is melted for a moment. Then he's kind of semi-conscious, I guess. He's back to his old self for a moment. And how's it go, Funky?
What's going on here?
You know what I want for Christmas, Santa?
What do you want for Christmas, little girl?
I want the world to be free from you blood-sucking monsters.
And
When whistles for his scythe, he could have done that before, probably.
yeah, he didn't think of it because they're all panicked with fear, I guess.
I guess. And then continuing on from that sort of "it's only death" line, your lucky death was here to save you.
Fat man.
Who's here to save you this time, fat man?
First of all, if you're gonna tough talk Santa, that's the way to
Your
do
lucky
it.
death was here to save you, fat.
Then again, I just love Gilbert Godfried's just cries of anguish. He's just like, rah, rah.
Oh yeah, I love it. Again, it's turning the Christmas. It's turning the Christmas trope. I guess it's more of a regular trope over a Christmas trope. It's kind of like you snap someone out of mind control, then you forget like, hey, we finally reached them, hooray! No, we're gonna try to kill them now.
Right.
Which again defeats the purpose. We don't want Santa dead, or else no Christmas. So now they're confronting Nancy in her vampire form, which I do love the design of Vampire Claus.
I do too.
I love how she just starts growling or whatever, doing the weird faces and such, kind of just cuz.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. So the wonderful Carol King, folks. So let's see. Meanwhile, then she's kind of grilling Baron over why didn't you? I sent them to you so you can destroy them. And I just love this logic on. You know, I love just all the character stuff on Baron von Goulish because it's like the vampire like you never seen. It's like the prim and proper vampire. Like I don't destroy it anymore because it's too messy. And it makes sense if you're such a mess.
I give them a very thin talking to.
What?
He's like the C-3PO of vampires.
Very much so, actually. Yes.
More Star Wars.
Yeah.
Well, who doesn't like Star Wars?
Nazis.
Rogue Eskimo.
That's who. Nazis.
No, Nazis like Star Wars.
Oh god.
I was thinking Rogue Eskimos.
All right.
Of course, Nazis like Star Wars, Steve. What's wrong?
Anyways.
Everyone loves stars, even the Nazis.
Even the Nazis.
Okay, anyway. Let's see. So again, the Baron doesn't show because it's too messy, and then he just hides in the tree for the rest of the special, which is pretty funny. Then we get the why. So, okay, what happened? Miss Claus, why you turned on Santa Claus? What's going on here? We get an awesome Flash. I love this Flash. I love this character.
And she does love him.
What?
And she does love him. Like she.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, we see. She does definitely love Santa. I love this kind of character. I love the design of the skinny Mrs. Claus. By the way, it's over time you get this sense of okay, so Santa Claus. It's like background, giving the origin of Santa Claus as a Christmas trope, and I think it's a really interesting way we get presented this time. The idea, okay, Santa Claus was kind of if you had a guy like Santa Claus who wants to start kind of this Christmas holiday, he's give gifts out to people. If he had a penchant for giving gifts out to people. And you look at that guy's kind of strange. He just had this odd kind of quirk of he just want to give gifts to people.
He gives it to someone in an outhouse.
At the
places it on a woman's ass.
At the worst possible times. That was Santa's. He eventually found out, okay, I'm going to deliver it all in one day in the year while they're all sleeping.
He's taking the Tyrell Wellick approach to meeting people in the bathroom.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, so again, we basically until Santa meets Mrs. Claus, things finally go right for him. We see Santa Claus was a giver. It's what he is, which makes a lot of sense. He gave blood. And again, the fact that he gave blood, she's going to be
even his heart.
Blood. Yep, which thankfully does not kill him because I guess it's somehow connected. And then we get to see North Pole, the star appears, which I like. To see kind of the early star appears in the North Pole. It's a small operation, a few elves, and they have little kind of margins chart of their success rate. It's pretty funny. Right. And then again, I just love this idea behind the reason she turned rogue on Santa. Okay, well, yeah, over the years, it kind of started they were equal partners in this thing, and he just became more obsessed with kind of the operation grew and grew, became more busy, and he had to do all the legwork.
More obsessed with the list.
Yeah. Yeah, and then essentially her.
I'm just realizing this adds a funny spin to her cameo in Nightmare Before Christmas. The one time we see her, she's packing lunch for him, and he's just going over the list.
Yep. Nice, naughty.
Nice, naughty.
And here we have what's Gilbert Godfried sound like, Monkey?
Nice, naughty. Nice.
I love that he laughs at naughty.
At one point, when Mrs. Claus is walking by, she's just lifting weights.
Yep. So again, I just love the fact that she's getting embittered over time because, well, she has less help. The operation has gotten bigger and bigger. She probably feels a little neglected in that case. It's he works one day versus 364. Yeah. So let's see. So Mandy, let's see what's going on here. So Mandy.
Look, yeah, sorry about your marital problems, but I know what you're planning. You're planning to turn Santa into a vampire and send him down the homes of all the people of the world, turning them into vampires. So get a vampire army.
Actually, I just wanted a little break, but that is a wonderful idea. Hope you don't mind if I steal it.
And then she calls for the elves, the vampire elves.
Gotta wonder how long they've been vampires.
Well, they're really good at hiding.
Probably a while by now.
So let's see. So Billy finds Santa Claus's private study. He breaks
the pen on the computer, and then it catches flame.
God. We see he breaks stuff. Remember, he breaks stuff. He breaks the little glass things. Breaks stuff in case of emergency. So he finds the emergency.
Vampire attack, break glass.
Yep. Then we have he finds the emergency precaution, which is hilariously more Star Wars.
Yeah. But can I do this?
If you're watching this,
right, hold it.
Let me do it. Please.
Do it.
Okay.
Ho! If you're getting this message, then I've been bidden for show.
I just love that he adds the faux show.
Faux show.
Faux show.
Yeah.
Faux show.
I've been bidden for show. I've been bidden for show.
Okay, so
Oh, the mid 2000s.
so moving on from faux show. As he's Santa Claus giving instructions to Billy, essentially to bake cookies.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, Grim Mandy, they're cornered. We have what do we get?
His scythe's been frozen because of Mrs. Claus tampering with it.
You know, so magic, because it's been out in the cold so long, the magic is frozen. Right? That's the actual rationale. She didn't do anything with it. It's just it was out in the cold so long. It's
okay, gotcha.
it's the idea. But apparently, magic can be frozen if the scythe is too cold.
Oh yeah, right.
Let's see. So we're going in the toy factory. They're pursued by the vampire elves. I love that Mandy's using like the wedding doll, just that for getaway.
Doll that kisses itself.
Personally, I love the grim action figure moment. I love where he goes for the action figure and it shoots at the elves and it falls and then it shoots him in the eye.
Mm-hmm.
It's like 1 billion rounds on that thing, by the way. Let's see. So what do we got? See, so
trampoline gags.
Yes, trampoline gags. We have Grimm's laugh when he kind of has like a little one-upsman bit, which is he is then mauled by elves immediately after he laughs. Like, oh, we get that great Greg.
He gets hit by a giant teddy bear and falls off. And
I love that. God, I love it.
Well, take
and
us
the timing of it. It just goes by so quickly and so little sound to it.
Right.
The timing. With him in his moment of triumph, laughing, then just giant, smiling teddy bear goes by.
Idiot.
Oh, I love this episode.
So let's see. So then we got Mandy versus Mrs. Claus here in her full vampire form, kind of like her full bat form.
I recently realized like he doesn't really do much in that form.
No. Yeah. But again, I love the fact that Mandy's trying to kill her with a doll, just with a pointy plastic doll.
Oh, maybe it's a wooden doll.
Maybe. Probably not. Anyway.
Maybe it's the Rogue Eskimo way of doing things.
There it is. Okay.
Okay, let's see. So Billy brings...
I thought she was ugly before.
Alright, well, how's the rest of it go, Monkey?
From what point?
After the line you just said. So again, so Billy. We got Billy bringing cookies.
Yeah, it cuts to Billy, like, with the antidote, passing Grim getting mauled, passing Mandy and Nancy, like, preparing for battle. And back to Grim, approaches Santa, and it's cookies! And milk.
The ultimate cure.
Oh, I love Santa's reaction to the cookies. He smells them, just like, cookies! He's like cookie. It's like the Cookie Crisp dog. Cookie Crisp!
So now that
let's set whoever the next Cookie Crisp mascot is going to be needs to be voiced by Gilbert Godfried.
Oh, God. Okay.
Okay, let's see. So now Santa's back to his normal self. He and Billy, they kind of reach Nancy with the moral of the story. Christmas is
not
about vengeance.
Giant bat monster Nancy just walks over with the loud footsteps.
Right.
You know, Christmas is not about vengeance. It's about kind of the simple holiday things like cookies and decorating. And Santa apologizes. But, folks, let's
It's about presents and the Santa who makes them. Sure, we sometimes eat the yellow snow, but on Christmas it tastes a little better. But yeah, some development for Santa is apologizing.
Yeah, folks, let's not forget the most important lesson that we've heard a few times, but I think we need to practice a little more. Saying I'm sorry counts. Let's remember that. A little moral for the episode here. I just want to point that out.
He's all up on it, sure, but nevertheless, he's realized the problem, and he's intending to make up for it.
Yes.
Oh, Cookie Face, I've been so foolish. Or, I'm sorry, is that Mrs.
With the demonic voice. Oh, Cookie Face, I've been so foolish.
So they have a sweet reunion. All is well. But Mrs. Claus, she still longs for help, and it's something you can't...
Is it over?
He just jumped into a tree earlier in the episode.
And he comes out of the tree.
And I honestly thought when he jumped into the tree, he jumped into some kind of portal thing and went back to his castle. But nope, he was just
another hole in the
tree.
fabric of the universe, eh?
That's what I honestly thought. Yeah.
Apparently, Mother Earth needs to get in high gear to repair that hole because again, he's getting torn left and right.
I hear rogue Eskimos are good at repairing the fabric of the universe.
Oh, and you stop that!
Oh God.
No, I'm not going to stop it.
Why?
I know you're not.
Because I love running gags.
Someone,
Especially
Tiggy,
on this channel.
Tiggy, send me a snowball. I want to fling it.
Okay. We're almost done, you guys. We're almost done.
All right. Anyway, so Baron, we have the Baron solution, which is okay. He's gonna help out Mrs. Claus. Makes sense.
Of course, could this happen again? Santa did marry a vampire.
Mandy! Nancy was a vampire long before I knew her.
Between you and me, this is like the 6th or 7th time she's turned me into a vampire.
Yeah.
But I always return to my
Which explains the
self.
hologram.
Ho!
And that explains why they'd have the hologram.
Yep.
Yeah, it would. You're right.
And it's still a kind of nice bit. It still is kind of a nice bit of,
sometimes you just have to take risks and believe in the goodness of all people. That's what Christmas is all about.
Remember, he's doing the thing where he's touching her imaginary nose, where she doesn't have a nose. He's like, he's kind of poking her in the face.
yeah, it's still kind of a sweet holiday moral, like especially after saying that Christmas is all about cookies and presents and such.
Of course.
And then go on and say it's about believing. Actually, think that it is about believing in the goodness of mankind.
Yeah, it's about taking a risk on kind of believing in the out there. It's like it may sound a little far fetched, but what's wrong with that?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see. So this is gonna be the best.
Mrs. Claus saying this has been the best Christmas ever.
Hit by a snowball.
I mean, I've kind of touched on this before in one of the videos on my channel. Just the use of like, the best X ever. So technically, nothing else in the future can top it. Even if, but I feel it works here because it does feel like a joke, like just satirical, like a parody of saying, this has been the best Christmas ever.
Again, early 2000s, the best dot ever. I think best blank ever was kind of like epic kind of replaced best blank ever. You know what I mean? This is totally epic, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Anyways.
Epic can still be used multiplies. I mean, if you say ever, then okay, we're never gonna have anything better than this again. We could still have epic things.
And this is a history of youth slang with Monkey and Tiki on Sociology Hour.
And Dragon, faux show.
Oh, I'm not here, faux show. I'm not here.
Ho, ho, ho! If you're listening to this...
come on, BlueDragonFive.
The monkey's taking over the podcast faux show!
All right.
Okay.
Can we continue?
Yes.
So, Snowball hits Mrs. C in the face, and we find out, reveal who's been throwing these aforementioned snowballs. It's none other than Spurg.
And then he gets attacked by all the bats.
Which, again,
that's what Christmas is all about.
So it is about getting revenge on your enemies, actually.
Basically.
What?
It's all about revenge on your enemies, because Spurg gets
just holding hands and singing while Spurg is being viciously mauled outside.
Very Peanuts-like style. Again, there's a Christmas trope, kind of the Peanuts ending.
Sure.
Mm-hmm. And then, of course, at the very end, during the credits,
yes,
turns out Billy was Jewish the whole time.
Yes, which is funny.
All of his love for Christmas throughout this, turns out he celebrates Hanukkah.
Oh, yeah.
That's what we have in our house. I'm in the Gilbert Godfried mode. That's what we have in our house. We get more presents.
That's the Homer Simpson mode, Tiki.
I know.
That's what we have at our house, and we get more presents.
There we go.
That's better. Okay, so Grim ecstatically he dives into the gifts under a big tree, huge tree.
And then Mandy gets a lump of coal.
So again, she now knows Santa Claus is real.
Rolling.
Yep.
Yeah.
So let's see. So yeah, Santa's gonna ho 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 with Billy as the new Rudolph saying, yeah, as you said, and then it ends with the Jewish reveal.
Right. Okay. Okay.
Again,
So-
very lovely twist.
Yeah. So really quick, do you want to go over the tropes and then do final thoughts?
Well, perhaps we should do final thoughts, then list the tropes as we're going out. Perhaps.
Okay. Okay. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Okay.
So, final thoughts.
I
Okay,
liked it.
so, huh?
I
Oh,
liked
go
it.
on, right?
Thought it was great. Again, it's kind of this irreverent kind of look at, like, we've seen this special done a lot of times. We Save Christmas, we're at the North Pole.
Again, Kiss Save Santa.
But let's like have kind of a new slant on it, where again we have kind of there's a bit of heart there. It's in the midst of all this absurdity. There is a gleam of heart that kind of leads you through the path again. So it's a path through the familiar, but amongst it you have like all this kind of this insane stuff. But in the meantime, on the side though, throughout the whole thing, I love that you do have kind of there's like a little bit of a logic there, and there was a bit of kind of like there's a logic to the absurd. Okay, well this is why Mrs. Claus would do this. There is a bit of a mystery in this thing. It's like, okay, well, no, you do know at a certain point, okay, she's the culprit. You understand why. Like, okay, well, Mrs. Claus is kind of portrayed as this helpful figure to Grimm, very familiar. And why would she turn on saying it? Not because she hates the guy, no, because she just wants a break, and then just grant some grander ideas thanks to Mandy come about, and she kind of turns villain. But again, it's like showing you. People get crazy around the holidays. That's kind of the main message of this. People get crazy around the holidays. They either it's kind of exaggerated by turning into vampires and having, just turning into vampires and going on these weird adventures in the North Pole and meeting kind of Gary Oldman style vampires.
Mm-hmm.
But it's really fun.
Okay, Monkey.
Okay, so like I pretty much said at the beginning, I love this one so much. It's one of my all-time favorite December time specials, as I said. Like, I love the comedy. I love it's got some great twists, and it's of course, Gilbert Godfried to Santa, which ties into how it's the kind of story that is perfect for a Billy and Mandy Christmas special. And if anyone was going to do this particular story, they're probably the ones who would pull it off best. Like the symbiosis of that, you could say. Mm-hmm. So this is a must-watch for me, which is why I'm here. This is it's an absolute must for me to talk about. I mean, if any video, it feels so perfect / fitting, etc. that this is the video that got me finally back here.
Yeah.
I'm not terribly surprised. Of all the videos, it was this one. Of all the topics.
Right. Okay, and yeah, I think this is really damn good. I mean, it's just incredibly inventive. It's rapid fire with the humor. Dragon, you're absolutely right. Once Billy gets into kind of his Mrs. Claus helper mode, he's totally tolerable. I just kind of have a problem with him in the mall scene mostly. So, yeah, overall, it's damn good. And just, I mean, look at the trifecta of guest stars we have with Malcolm McDowell, Carol Kane, and Gilbert Godfried. It's like, geez. It's pretty star-studded. It's great. Okay. So, Tropes Dragon. Let's do it.
I can't wait for this winter with the release of Star Wars Rogue Eskimo.
Oh, God. There we go. There it is. Now get him, Vampire Bats. Get him for doing the running joke.
Hold on. I heard something at the door.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Oh, shit, it's the bronies! The bronies are here to get me! Okay. I'm Monkey. Goodbye.
Okay, Dragon.
No, not the unicorn horn! Not the unicorn horn! I'm okay.
Don't make me resurrect Hipster Donald.
Don't do that.
Why? What does he have to do with it?
All right.
Anyway, so Christmas trope.
And I reached a peace agreement.
Right.
Tropes. Okay, so again, we have kind of the saving Christmas angle of the story. We got our Scrooge is debated by I think Mrs. Claus. You think Mandy? I don't know.
I think Mandy is just kind of like when you ask like, hey, Billy and Mandy, who's going to be the Scrooge? It's got to be Mandy. It's like,
one is Mandy's definitely
the Scrooge archetype.
Mandy's the Christmas skeptic, most definitely, if anything.
All right.
Okay, let's see. So again, we have kind of our helpful sidekicks along the road with Baron von
I'm just
Goulish.
picturing Grim and Santa in college getting stoned off their asses.
Oh God. We have the tongue gag, the tongue getting stuck to the frozen thing.
True. We have going to the mall around Christmas time and kind of the disaster following.
Line for Santa and whatnot.
Yeah, we have kind of a lost Claus, so to speak. We have kind of a Santa Claus gone awry.
The musical number, of course.
Yep, musical number. We have kind of
Would you
our.
say special guest stars as a trope unto itself?
I would say that, yes. We have
Okay.
special guest stars. Of course, we have. Again, it's just kind of a take on the sample.
Elf Factory, the Toy Factory.
Yes.
Oh yeah, just the North Pole setting. Yeah.
Well, maybe Star Wars Holiday Special because we have a lot of Star Wars references.
Sure.
Wow, I didn't think of that. How didn't I think of that? All the Star Wars jokes, I didn't think holiday special. Wow,
Actually,
how did I miss that?
Yeah, that's a good point. Okay.
So again, why do we even?
Oh my God, how would Harvey Korman have been as the Baron von Goulish?
I would. Well, remember, he has kind of the similar hairstyle to Harvey Korman. Remember?
I almost wonder if he might have been better than Malcolm McDowell.
Well, again, remember Harvey Korman is no longer.
I mean, McDowell still does fine, but Harvey Korman.
If you want a good Harvey Korman, you gotta get John DiMaggio.
Yeah.
Okay. Dragon, you were asking.
So, Dave, why do we look into these tropes? Walk us through it. What do we get at the core of these?
Well, it's a formula here on Christmas in July, Dragon, because we're taking the tropes, we're putting them. We're taking the tropes. The trope is a metaphorical mistletoe that we're going to put underneath the microscope next time on Christmas in July. Fa la 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 la.
Not a microscope, but magnifying close enough.
Ho, ho, ho! If you're seeing this message, I've been bidden faux show.